Welcome back to another episode of Just for Kicks, Season 4, Episode 10, double digits, David. We made it to double digits.
Hey,
Divots? Digits.
not bad.
So we've got we have some World Cup stuff to talk about today. And of course, RIFC going to extend their season. And I know I just got the information about 5-10 minutes ago. An update for Rhode Island's Super Cup. So I have not even been able to look at it because it just came in.
Okay, it may have just come in from Cabo, I think.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. So we're gonna start it out with World Cup today. Let's go there. So I guess what's happening right now, they've got a plan for televising the games.
I think I sent out to where we have got over 60 games on TV in the U.S.
Yeah, that's quite a lot of games. That is great for soccer fans everywhere, right?
Oh, yeah.
And let me tell you, David, I have the soccer package, like the soccer ticket thing that you get every game known to mankind.
Hmm.
So I have like Premiere and all that stuff. I got everything, and I'm gonna have the World Cup games too.
Excellent.
So I'll be able to watch World Cup at my leisure.
By the way, it's not to make money for anybody, but I'm going to give you the name of and anybody who's listening, a really great app that you can get on your phone, which keeps you up to date on every single team in the world, every league in the world. It also will give you stats during the game, shots, goals, and they actually give you player ratings. And
Yeah.
it's very simple. Actually, my oldest son, who's a high school coach at East Greenwich High School, gave it to me a couple of weeks ago. It's called FOTMOB, FOTMOB, and
FOT
MOB,
MOB
MOB, FOTMOB.
Fot
Like,
Mob.
yes, it has got everything that you can. It's interesting because I was at an RAFC game and a couple of weeks ago, and he came with me and he said, "Hey, take a look. I'm looking right now." He said, because I was telling him I thought this one player on the team was having a really good game. His name is Clay Holstead. And Holstead's not a guy that's like a superstar. He doesn't score lots of goals. He plays right in the middle of the field, but a bit more defensively. And I'm saying he must have touched the ball 70, 80 times. My son goes online, getting near the end of the game. He said, "Hey, 78 touches, so you're not far off."
Mm,
And you could just see he was, he can shoot. He's got a nice shot. He scored a couple of goals, but he's not offense. He's not one thing in
right.
particular. He's just, in the soccer world, they call him a holding midfielder, which is he just holds it down right in the middle,
Right.
slightly
Yeah.
defensively, but in the middle. And that app, while you're watching games or you're concerned about a game, and you can put it on one hand and be watching the game with your eyes, and it'll give you all the stats as you're going with player ratings at the end of the game. It's pretty cool.
So not to bring this up, but you just mentioned, the app, and I have some bad news, David. I don't know if you saw that your team lost 2-1.
Which team?
Oh, your premier team. Come
Oh,
on.
all right, Spurs.
Yeah, they lost to Aston Villa or Villa. Is it
Well,
Villa or is it Villa?
it's Villa, and it's funny story is I have a pretty good friend in the soccer world who actually he's English for a number of years was the executive director of U.S. Adult Soccer,
Yeah.
and his great name, the last name. His name is Duncan Riddle, and Duncan, I don't see him as often because he was the executive director of U.S. Adult. He's not anymore. He's actually got a job working for another sports organization out in Chicago. But his pedigree is he came to U.S. Adult Soccer having been the community relations director for Aston Villa for 10 years, I got a lot of info from him over the last couple of years about what we do in developing a club in the community which is what RIFC is doing. And I'm going to be doing a little more personally for them starting in December, which is trying to build up even more relationships in the community that they don't have. But I mean, attendance wise, they're doing better than they could have hoped for in this first year in the new
Right.
stadium.
Yeah. Like we keep saying, this season, the sport is definitely growing, and you can see it. So I guess Fox is going to air 69 games.
Yeah.
So it'll be interesting to see, um, when those games are going to air, if they're going to be live. I'm guessing it's going to be on Fox Sports 1 and 2.
I,
So I mean, 69 games, you got to think, okay, a lot of those are going to be the United States, Canada, Mexico,
sure.
because those are I guess, the home teams that are big part of this World Cup this time around.
By the way,
So,
once again, on the app side of things, if your television downloads apps, there is a Fox Sports app,
right.
and they do a fair amount of soccer games as is right now. So my
Yeah.
guess is they'll be unloading some of the stuff from their major channels onto that app also, where they actually on the app
Yep.
you can see if you don't have ESPN or if you don't have Fox Sports on your regular TV package, you can find stuff in it right now. And I think
Yeah.
initially the Fox Sports thing, and who knows what it'll be next year, is a freebie, just download.
Right. Well, I don't know if anything will ever be free, but but
Hey,
but you never know. You never know. I mean, I'm just thinking, every company is out for as much money they can get, so I'm just guessing it won't be free.
no, probably not.
Just guessing. So yeah, so those games, 69 games is a lot of games.
It is.
Um, and you figure each group is going to have every team play each other, right? So there is um every team plays 3 games in the opening rounds.
Yeah,
So I mean, if there's about 8 to 10 groups, that's 30 games right there. So
absolutely.
I'm guessing it's not going to have every single game.
No, it's going to be interesting to see what happens, whether another network backs up and picks some stuff up, or if they sell off their
Right.
rights to somebody. Yeah, which could be.
Yeah, because you would think that, especially here in the United States, where there's a great deal of diversity in nationalities, that there's going to be these games are going to get televised somehow, some way.
I think so. The interesting thing is a lot of U.S. men's national team games, I think for the last year or so, have been on TNT.
Right.
And it's another one. Not everybody in their cable package these days has TNT, but it's
Right.
another place you may find some stuff. But right now, TNT though has been doing a lot of the men's national team exhibition games. They've
I
been
mean,
on
to me,
TNT.
this sounds like Fox picked up the rights to the games.
Yeah, I
That's
think
what it
so. No,
sounds like to me. So I'm guessing it'll probably be on Fox, the major network.
yeah,
The games that are going to be of importance to, United States, especially, right? I would think that they're going to show, the men's on the Fox network,
yeah,
and some of the other games will probably be the ones that go on to Fox Sports and the apps and all of that. And you'll probably have Fox in Canada pick up all the Canada games. So I guess it's going to probably be a multiple amounts of channels that are going to be doing this, and then supplement some other channels that will carry some games that aren't on the schedule.
yeah. Well, you'll
I
see
would
that.
think.
You'll probably listen the way things are right now with the NFL. some of their games, and also with the Premiership games, are on one of the apps. They may be on Peacock. They may be on what's the other ones?
Yeah, Paramount and Prime are scooping up a lot of
Yeah,
things.
that's right.
So,
Actually, yeah, Prime's got its own like game of the week, I think, too.
yeah, every Thursday night football game
Right. So
on Prime.
you're gonna probably see some of that happening on some apps, and
Yeah.
also if you check out, for example, I'm pretty sure that in Providence, Rhode Island, I think Channel 12 is a Fox News affiliate. So that's my guess. That may
No,
be no. Is it 10
Channel
or
12
12?
is CBS.
Oh, then is it 10? One of them
No,
is
it's 25,
okay.
64, Fox 64.
Oh, okay. So one of those other local type channels
Yeah,
might be in there too.
yeah.
So
So,
it's
so look for it. As we get closer to the time, and we still got a ways to go, and I'm sure they'll have a schedule released of
yeah.
some sort for TV. They're not gonna have any stone that isn't unturned. I mean, they're gonna cover everything.
No, once did I get you something about the draw? I'm not sure.
I don't think so, but
I think it
if you
may be,
did, I don't have a subscription to Soccer America, so I can't
let me just
actually
take a look
read
and
it.
see if I've got something on the draw. Because I believe, let's see. Now I don't know. I think we know when the draw is now, but I'm not sure. I think it's early January. I'm pretty sure it
Well,
will be in January. And then once we've got the draw, then you've got your groups.
right.
Once you've got your groups and their seeding, then it's gonna become apparent who's playing where and when.
Yeah, because they don't even know when the games are at all yet.
Right.
So they can't like tell you, okay, we're going to air the United States at this time. They don't even know yet.
I can
The
tell.
TV will come out after the draw. All of that stuff comes
Yeah.
following the draw, because then they have to make the schedules for those teams, and so times are going to be varied, so they can't give you a schedule right now.
Yeah.
So there's no way they can give you a schedule of who's going to play, because that's impossible, because you don't even know who they're playing.
Yeah. I am going to try to get something for you before next week. It's another app, but it used to be, and it's probably somewhere out there. It used to be literally a hard magazine that was published at Soccer Only. Originally comes out of England. You used to be able to pick it up on the newsstands around here, in bookstores, which don't exist anymore. So you can't do it anymore. There's no
Yeah,
bookstores.
they're dwindling too.
Yeah. So it's called 442. And 442 is now they're running an app, but they historically, and I'll find out, used to publish a World Cup issue, which was a hard magazine, which they had a description of every single team that was coming up in the
Yeah,
cup.
see, that's awesome. That's something that people are very interested in, right? Because it's memorabilia about that World Cup.
Absolutely.
And you have the players, you have the rosters for the teams, you have an in-depth look at them, through all the fantastic writers that are out there,
Right.
covering these things. And so you can get acquainted with the players, with even their style of play. It'll have like everything about these teams in these countries in there. And I love those things. I used to get like the Boston Bruins yearbook every year. And that was fantastic, because it has all the photos of each individual player and stuff like that. And it was fantastic. I don't know if they can go into detail about every single player, but you'll certainly have their full rosters, and a bit about each team, because there are a lot of countries, and that thing would be massive if you put every player.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, that's something that would be awesome for fans. Um, going to a game, you get like a program guide and stuff like that. That's pretty neat, and it signifies that you went to that game, and that's great memories, right? When you have those kind of things.
I have a
And
couple of posters going back to the '94
yeah,
World Cup. One of is actually is a guy from Ireland making a tackle, taking a ball away from a guy from Italy, and they were both at the time pretty famous players. And apparently, I was talking to an Irish guy who's a big soccer guy, actually now in the U.S. When I was in Chicago a couple of weeks ago, and I was talking about being at that game, and the center back for Ireland, whose name was Paul McGrath. And I said, I saw Paul McGrath play. He said, you did? I said, yes, live. And not only was he popular in Ireland, he was a great player on the world level, but they used to have a cheer for him also. It was like the Irish fans would be gigantic, thousands of them. Ooh, ah, Paul McGrath. Ooh, ah, Paul McGrath. On like half a game, half a stadium.
Yeah, that's great. This is that's the beauty of sports, right? You get fans that are attached to a certain player for whatever reason it may be. It doesn't even have to be a a goal scorer. It could be just somebody that just works hard and just grinds.
Oh yeah.
And people get attached to players, and before you know it, it's like a cult following. It's crazy.
That guy was talking about for RIFC, Clay Holstead, who plays six. They call six. He's got a nice shot, and he's got some skills, but he's a grinder. He does not stop, or he's a worker. Does not stop. He works everywhere.
It's my favorite kind of player.
Yeah, if there's a seam in the field that needs to be filled in, he slides to that side, and then he'll start the ball out. He'll be probably a lot of the time he's about 30 yards out from goal, in front of it, 25, 30. And then he'll hit a ball like I call diagonal out to the wings, another 30, 35, put it out that he kind of creates space by moving the ball around. And he creates open space so that from there they can create more attacking options. So it's one of those guys. It's like, and you find that in those hard workers in football. You find them in basketball, the hustlers. So it's going to be, but next year's, once we've got this draw done, a lot of people locally are going to be happy with this draw coming up because Cape Verde is in, and so is Portugal.
Yeah.
So
and there's a lot of Cape Verdeans and Portuguese in this local area. I'm sure it's going to be an exciting time.
Yeah.
And there's going to be no shortage of pubs filled playing the games, showing those games, and those places are going to be packed. Houses, I could already picture, Cape Verdeans will probably all pile into one house.
That and one good cafe bar too, which
exactly.
And
there'll be like hundreds of them.
I went to a Cape Verdean new pub out on Broadway near South Attleboro about 5-6 weeks ago with some soccer guys. They just opened up. It's very small. It's probably the size of a living room, dining room, but there's a nice bar. The owner, who's a young guy, bought the place. He's got 7 televisions in there, and everyone's.
No, isn't that in Pawtucket?
It's right in Pawtucket near South Attleboro.
It's in Pawtucket. It's right across the street from Dunkin' Donuts.
Yeah, it could be, and he's got, as I said, he's got 7 TVs in there, so he's got about 6-7 games on at any one time. So they'll be loaded.
Yeah, I went in there to see what it was, because I had no idea. I didn't know if it was a restaurant or if it was a club. It was basically a restaurant bar that turns into a little bit of a nightlife scene.
I forgot. The name is something 7. I forgot the name on it.
I don't remember the name.
Yeah.
See, there's a little plug for you. It's a partial plug. Partial plug.
Listen, I'm not going to plug anybody, but there is a bar up on Hope Street. Well, there's a restaurant up on Hope Street, on the east side of Providence, where the owner, who is Greek, used to be my landlord in one of my offices. Nice guy, whose first name is Saki. He is an official Arsenal bar. So
really,
on Sundays, people pile in from around who are Arsenal fans. My guess is Saki's going to be showing the World Cup too at his pizza.
Yeah,
place.
you would. I'm sure he is. I find it hard to believe that any pub it would not show it. I mean, it's
the official pub of RIFC, which has got 2 locations, the Guild, I think
Yes,
big one in Pawtucket. I think
very
there's one in
familiar with the
Bristol.
guild.
Yeah, my guess is that's going to be a spot.
Oh yeah, yeah. They'll probably have a bunch of people there from the team watching that
Yeah,
too as well.
yeah,
So,
exactly.
speaking of RIFC, let's jump right into that because
So,
they had a 0-0 draw
in North
in
Carolina, yeah,
their second to last game of the season. That was enough to clinch a playoff spot.
right,
And currently sitting in seventh. I know they're 4 points behind, so they can't do any better than seventh, but they can still fall to eighth.
right.
And they got a tough matchup this coming up
On
this
Saturday,
week.
yeah,
Yeah, New Mexico. If I'm not mistaken, they're fifth in their
in the
in the
conference,
West.
yeah,
So it's not an easy matchup, but I'll tell you, this team, the defense and goaltending has been lights out for
yeah,
quite some time now.
yeah,
You know, their problem has always been scoring goals. Even though they had what five the game before that,
yeah. Where
you
everything
know.
came. That was one of those games. Everything connected that game.
Yeah, yeah. So, how do you feel about their chances, you know, in
Hey,
the playoffs?
listen. First of all, we're hoping for a win, and then maybe a open round win, and then they get a home. They get a home game because right now a home game is not a guarantee. But
Yeah.
I think if they get a home game this year, the place is going to be
Well, if
packed.
they get a home game, it's only because Detroit City is doing well too.
Yeah, exactly.
Because they're going to have to play the second seed Charleston Battery.
Yeah,
Charleston's 18-5-5.
yeah, exactly.
So this is a tough one. And Charleston is they have a goal differential of 30.
Yes,
So RIFC is 2.
yeah. And Charleston is a club that has their own park, like RAFC does, their own stadium.
Yes.
As their organization has been around for over 20 years.
I love the name though.
Yeah, Charleston Battery.
Charleston Battery. Like that's great. I love that name.
Well, I like El Paso Locomotive too. That's
Yeah,
another.
that's pretty good too.
Yeah,
They have some great names in this league. I just think they're like they're Tampa Bay Rowdies. I mean, that's
yes.
pretty cool. That's pretty nice. I like it. You know, it's and the Phoenix Rising is pretty nice.
Oh, there are
You
some
know,
really good names. The team up in Maine. What's it? The Thorn.
mm. Also, Las Vegas Lights. That's a
Yes.
great name. That's a great name.
Well, this league is expanding. They have been announcing new teams. Few in their women's division, a couple in the
Yeah.
lower men's division. This league, I've been I wouldn't say talking directly, but the people that run the league are down in Tampa, is where the home office is.
Yeah.
And when they did the groundbreaking of the stadium, the president and
They
vice
just
president of
announced
the
one
league,
too.
were up there, and I talked to the guy, this Jason Papadakis, and he and his dad, who's been around in soccer forever. They're just fanatic, and they just want to keep growing. And I think
Yeah.
that's the plan of the league also, because I think we are now 2 years away from the season in which their first division will start playing, which is going to be a higher level than anything playing now. And I
Right.
think I think RAFC is committed to it. I think a couple of other teams have committed to it because it involves having a bit more seating than RAFC has right now. But the stadium was built with that thought in mind. So they may have to add another 2,500 seats. And I think the area of the RAFC, the Centerville Bank Stadium, where the back faces the river, I think is
Yeah.
for extension up.
Yeah. It is definitely a stadium that is designed to expand.
Yeah,
You know, you can expand up, and that is not a bad thing.
yeah,
So, so they will end up playing Charleston Battery, which is a tough matchup. but this team did well in a similar position as they are now, and so you never know, especially with the way they've been playing the last month and a half
Mhm.
with their goaltending and defense. I mean, you got a shot at winning if you don't give up any goals.
Yeah.
And that's the way I look at it. So, and be happy because this is only year two and they've made the playoffs both years. So, what more could you really ask for of a team that has been side by side with the community?
Yeah. I think in any developing professional team, which again, this is not the highest level. It's a good level professional. I think you got to expect 3 to 4 years is basically how long it takes to grow a team. I
Yeah.
mean, obviously, you need the right parts. You need good management, you need a good coaching staff,
Yep.
good players. But I think to make it cohesive, and if the coaching staff has a good philosophy, it takes about that long to make it work, unless some superstar just pops up in your midst, which not too likely at this point. Although once they're around for a couple of years, some younger kids in the area we're hoping who will start getting developed by what will become, I think, next year RIFC's academy will start popping up. Yeah, that's those they may be 10, 11, 12 now, so you're probably 3, 4 years away from one of those, like one day walking on the field as a sub or something like that. So, but I think
Yeah.
that's in the plans.
It's all in developing everything, right? Yeah. When you're a brand new team, you just got to try to do those progressions, slowly, because if you try to just jump all in,
Mhm.
you're just asking for trouble, and there's too many things that can go wrong.
Yeah,
I like the progression that this team has made in just a couple of years, and I think they've got a good head on their shoulders for the people that are planning everything out, because when you look at, you have to plan the stadium, you have to plan your roster, you have to plan business, you have to plan the sponsors, and there's so much that has to go into this. And from what I'm seeing, they're excelling at all of those areas. And again, if you start leaning into too much in one area, then other things start lacking.
yeah.
And I like the progression that they're making right now. I think it's really good. Yeah,
We have
slow
two
progression is a progression.
we have two great people involved with this on the top. One of which is, and he stood through it with all the criticism over a couple of years, which is the owner, Brett Johnson, and he is committed, and he lives in New York, but he owns Phoenix Rising, so I know he's also out there some. But he comes in. He's been in probably about 4 or 5 games this year. He comes in for the game, and then their new president this year, Dave Pert, who has really extended himself, put his full guts into this,
Mm,
and he's a 24/7 workaholic type guy, and he's got the experience which I've told you about in the sports world, which is just a way on top of anything that you find, probably even in any of the maybe including the Revolution. They've just got what they've got, who's been there forever, but he's been in 3 or 4 major league sports as administrators, national
yeah.
in the regional sports network, and he just loves sports. And he happens to be also he's a regular guy. If you met him on the street and talked to him for 15 minutes, he'd probably say, "Hey, listen, this is my number. Give me a call at some point. We should chat. We should talk somewhere." He's one of those guys. You just walk on the street. He's a regular guy.
Yeah. Yeah, well, that's what you want, really. You just want people that are fans of it, and they just do what they feel is right for the team, and you hope that you can bring home championships. That's all you can really do. You
Yeah,
can't expect it because there's so much that is involved, and there is some luck involved in winning championships, and that's just how it is. I mean, but if you can look, if you're in the playoffs, you have a shot.
yes,
It's that simple, you know. So wishing RIFC all the luck for the playoffs this year. They go
Yeah.
one more game in New Mexico, and then they go on the road to Charleston. So
They'll take them wherever Breeze Airways will fly them.
that is right. That is so right. All right. So David, I'm gonna try to scan through this really quick with
Sure.
the RIFC because I normally have it written out in the order I want to talk about it. But I don't have that option right now. So Intelligentsia FC and Cranston Portuguese Club had the first game of the day on the weekend. And Intelligentsia won 5-1 in that one. Nelson Andrade, Helia Montero, and Luis Sanchez all scored goals. And Fredson de Cruz got 2 goals in that one. So he had a great game, bringing 5-1 win for Intelligentsia, who's probably one of the better teams.
Yeah.
Then it was Academica and Santo Antao United.
Yeah.
Academica took it to them and got a 3-0 win. Pedro Mendez netted 2 goals along with Arthur DePina scoring. So those guys, Pedro Mendez, we've mentioned him a few times on the show as well. So he's very capable of scoring some goals. So that's again Academica and Intelligentsia. I thought they just played last week. So you're looking at second and third place teams.
Yeah.
They're gonna play again in the postseason.
Yeah.
Postseason. And then the final game of the weekend at Ocean State Field, the PCFC Renegades and CRCP Warren Soccer Club battled it out, and Warren Soccer Club came out on top 4-2. And Marco Cabral, who we've mentioned before, Fabia Oliveira, we've mentioned before, and Fabio Dorado, also we have mentioned, scoring goals, along with Daniel Sequeira.
Yeah.
I was so close. Second attempt, I got it. Second attempt, I got it. So they all scored goals in the victory, and so Warren Soccer Club still in this. There's them and Mexico battling it out for that last spot. That's exciting. There's not much more left, is there? There's only like a game.
I think our last scheduled games are at the moment November 2nd.
Yeah, there's only a couple of weeks left.
And there is, I will just tell you, first place winners. There's a little bit of remuneration on the line.
Yeah.
There is a first place prize.
Little prize
called $3,000.
And that's great. It's like you gotta support these guys. People, go out, watch a game. You're not gonna be able to look. You can go to Foxborough and go pay to watch the Revs play, but just go to one of these games.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
Just go to one of these games.
Absolutely.
Like you're gonna actually get the same talent.
Oh yeah.
Because the Revs are about this talent. I'm not taking anything away from these players. Some of these players are fantastic players.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I would love like Dinamo or one of these teams that played this weekend to play against the Revs. I'd love to see that.
Yeah.
To be honest with you, I'd love it. Love it. Let's throw out that challenge. Come on.
Hey, as we listen, this is the first year for this league, and actually, Cobb and I have been talking about some stuff. We won't be that different, although next year we're likely to have an under 30 division,
Yeah, yeah.
which
You telling me that last week.
which will be very highly competitive.
Oh,
We may also do something for the older guys. We may be setting up that may work maybe on the side of some of the fields. We may be doing a 5v5 under 50s, which will be probably going set up small field on the side of some of the bigger matches going on. So that
no love for 59-year-olds that would like to try it.
oh no, we're going to get there. We're going to get there too. Listen, right now there is a Veterans Cup run by the U.S. Adult Soccer Association, which Risa is part of, and they have this Veterans Cup moves around the country every year. They have an over 70 division, an over 80, over 60, men's and women's. They move all over the country. From each year, it's in a different locale. So yeah, we're doing that. And next year, if we do this 5v5 over 50, we may also throw it in with what I've mentioned before, walking soccer, which is the modern version of soccer in Europe, but you can't run because if you do, it's a yellow card.
There we go. There we go. All right. So that would actually be right up my alley. I could do the walking soccer.
Hey, it's a way for people to walk in who haven't played also.
Yeah.
Simple.
So I'd be in.
Yeah.
I'd be in. So tomorrow, David, we're gonna air the game from October 12th. The game between CRCP Warren Soccer Club versus Mexico, and we're gonna air that at 2:00 tomorrow on Rhode Island Broadcasting.
Did you get it from Caba?
I got it from Caba.
Okay, because I want to make sure we get it on our website. I will ask him to send it to me too.
Yeah, so we're gonna show that at 2 p.m. tomorrow. So check it out. You know, if you're a soccer fan, and I would guess that you are if you're watching the show.
Hey, quick technical question. Did he send it to you as a link in an email?
No, he sent it to me as a file on the email.
Okay.
So I could just forward it to you.
Hey, forward it to me because I want to try to put it on our website too. It won't be the same time, but I'll put it on so maybe it's watched tomorrow night.
Yeah. So there we go. See?
Okay. Beautiful.
See, getting it out there, and we have a few games that have already been posted up. So look for that. All you have to do is just go to Rhode Island Broadcasting, and it's on the playlist of Rhode Island Super Cup.
Fantastic. And hey, to let everybody know who's got a kid playing high school soccer in Rhode Island right now, it's playoff time. Just starting the playoffs. Yes.
Playoffs?
Starting playoffs. Yep. Next week. And,
can we get some of these kids on the show?
Probably the permissions you need to do that. They're minors.
Yeah, their parents. They don't have to come on the show. Like, they don't have to come here. They can do it right from home.
You know,
just the parents to come on. You know,
I'll talk to. Send me an email inviting, saying you'd like to have some people from high school teams, coaches, players, etc.
I would love that.
I'll forward it off to a family member to start with, but see where it starts with him, or if he wants to drop it on somebody who's got more. My oldest son coaches at East Greenwich. But,
okay, I'm going to work on it right after the show, which is very, very shortly.
Yes, and I'll send it to him and see, hey, look, what do you think?
Yeah, that would be pretty awesome. You know, I mean, yeah.
You know,
get them used to doing interviews, right? Because they could end up being big stars.
Going way back, and I don't know if it's been recent, some of the Interscholastic League, like semis and finals, had some, I don't know if they had some TV broadcast or not in Rhode Island. It may have been football, but it might have been soccer too. I'm not sure. I just want to take a look. It maybe it goes back 5-10 years ago that they were doing some broadcast. I don't know who does it. But I can look on everything on high school sports is on RIIL.org. Rhode Island Interscholastic League.org is where all high school sports in Rhode Island are. So I can take a look and see if it says anything about broadcast.
Yeah, that would be it would be pretty awesome if we get some of those kids to
Yeah.
come on, especially playoff time and because we want to grow the sport, and why not grow the sport with the kids that are playing in high school, right?
Yeah.
I mean, it's
No.
great.
Hey, some of the high schools are feeders for RIC and for junior college and
Yeah,
URI. Some of those players go there and play. So it's there's some local kids who sometimes you hear
absolutely.
about, like you also going back the guy who plays for Warren, Ryan Maduro. He was a
Yeah,
big high school player, then played at PC. So that team I think he played at he's from Bristol. So it would have been from the high school there. Those team games may have been on TV at some point too. So there's
yeah.
interest. There's interest and a lot of parent interest, and then the kids themselves too.
Right. I mean, it's like there's definitely there's definitely room for growth, and I mean, I'm willing to put games on the channel and run it, and that's what I'd like to do. I'd like to have and it doesn't even have to be just soccer. It could all be like any sport, you know
Yeah,
and that's the great thing about it, right? There might not be a market for, like, I don't know, field hockey or something like that for high schoolers, but can certainly put their games on Rhode Island Broadcasting.
hey,
Can
you know
certainly
what?
do that.
The kids who are the players will watch, and their parents will watch.
Absolutely.
You know,
Absolutely. All I need is the video. That's all I need. Just give me the
exactly.
video,
Yeah,
and then we can make it happen. So,
yeah.
all right, David, it is time for us to wrap it up.
Okay.
I enjoyed. Oh, today was good.
Yeah.
Today was nice because we have the playoff bound Rhode Island FC. We have World Cup news, and you're going to start seeing a lot of that coming.
Oh, yeah.
The deeper it gets into the year, the more news that's going to be starting to surface. And once that draw comes, then it is full on World Cup.
Yeah.
You
Oh, yeah.
know, so and we're almost ready to wrap up Rhode Island Super Cup. So we got lot of things going on at the the next like 3-4 weeks or so. Hopefully more than 4 weeks for RIFC.
That would
You
be
know
great. Hey, if we
that would be
would we,
spectacular.
yeah, that would mean we'd get a home game into there probably too.
So hopefully, I mean, you never know. As long as they're still in it,
Yeah.
that's all that matters, right? As long as they're still in it, if they can get to that final game, everybody's going to be happy.
Yeah.
So all right, have a great night, everybody.
All right.
Thank you, David, for being here as always, and we will see you next week. Same bat time, same bat channel. I don't know if I can say that, but I just did.
Hey, forward me off that link that we were talking about
I
also.
will send it right
All
away.
right. All right. Have a good night.
All right,
Take care,
have a
everybody.
good night, everybody.
All right.